moving on here, they also at the Ubisoft Forward presser, they announced a game that my uncle's been telling me I need to play for years and years and years, and I know it was a highly popular game when it originally released, but Prince of Persia Sands of Time remake announced. Notice I didn't say remastered or reimagined, literally remake.
Right.
And they made this game from the ground up. They remade this game from the ground up. They redid all the voice acting. They had motion capture. They remade all the worlds, everything. They remade the game. I think they tried to keep it as true to the original as possible. But
so far that they even got the original voice actor for the main character.
Yep. There's gonna be no upscale for next gen, but will be playable versus with backwards compatible. So I do believe PlayStation 5 and I think PlayStation 5 is gonna do all PlayStation 4 games backwards compatible. Nothing older than that. From what I know, I'm not sure if that's ever been confirmed, but with Xbox, there's talking about every single game since Xbox original back in 2001. Those games are all going to be playable on their next gen consoles. So,
oh man, and they went through, and they were going through all their licensing contracts and all the way back, because you remember how big of a deal it was when the last gen launched, and backwards compatibility was a big issue. This time they're like, nope, we're going to be ready. They went back. And it's did so tons of licensing.
It's so funny with that. And I think it's good that Microsoft did that, because people do want to play their backwards compatible games. I mean, it's not that difficult.
Backlogs from this gen console and last gen console.
I still have 360 games on my.
Right, exactly. Our backlog has games from way back then. We still want to play them.
And it's not like we can't. It's not like we can't plug in our old consoles and play them.
Right.
But, the convenience of having backwards compatible, it's not a huge feature. It's not a necessity for next gen, but it's one of those things that to me is a fan service.
Yeah, it's icing on the cake.
I can play all my, so I could box up my other consoles and stick them in storage or sell them or do something.
Yeah, put them on display as a history to gaming,
Because I have upstairs on my TV, I've got my original Xbox 360 and an Xbox Slim all hooked up, and down here I've got another Xbox One and a PlayStation 4. But it's going to be nice to be able
upstairs
to just put those all away.
Which one do you use?
Oh, I use the Xbox One 98% of the time.
Right. You almost never turn on the other ones, right?
And the games that aren't backwards compatible from the 360, I just have my 360 plugged into my One, so I'm still playing on my One. I mean, I have two consoles up and running, but I'm playing the 360 from the Xbox One. I'm just like, this is great move. But I mean, Prince of Persia will be available backwards compatible, and I think they will have a next gen version, or maybe they're not. Yeah, it's releasing in January 21st of 2021. So
and the price will be $39.99.
Right, and they spent all this time remaking it, and they're selling it for $20 cheaper than you got it originally. So
that's great, man. I love that they're not trying to gouge you for another 60. Right. They're like, you know what? Hey, look. Really, people could go back and play the old one if they wanted to.
But honestly, I think for people
$2 or something,
for people like us who've never played it.
We'd rather experience
I'd rather experience it this way. But people who have played it are going to buy it again, because it was a great game from what I've been told. And then if it was that great of a game, people will want to see it with updated graphics, fully remade sequences. Yeah. What's the word? they redid all the voice acting and stuff.
Yeah, right.
But they kept the story true. So I think people are going to really love getting into that.